Hi everyone, good to see you all here for another lesson with me. I know that we have Saeed again on YouTube and a few other people, so don't be shy, please say hello. Oh. And on Facebook we have Valeria. So nice that you are joining me and learning English like this. We are so far away, but we can still learn together, so that's great. Mustafa as well. So please say hello so I can see your names, and also you can tell me where you are from. So I am an English teacher in Australia, but I have taught in a few countries, and at the moment many people are learning English online because they can't go out because of the coronavirus. It is terrible, but it's also amazing how it has affected the whole world. And hi Yuri, great to see you here on YouTube. Good. Mustafa's back. Excellent. Hi Jika. So I am teaching English online every day for 30 days at this exact time. Today we are learning some phrasal verbs and perhaps some that we can use when we're talking about the situation at the moment. Okay. So I'm going to teach you 7 phrasal verbs that you can use right now, and thank you especially to Valeria from Peru who requested a lesson on phrasal verbs. Okay. And I think it's always good to use phrasal verbs, especially if you talk to or you want to talk to native English speakers, because we use them all the time and they are confusing because sometimes the meaning of the verb totally changes with the little preposition after it. And so it can be very confusing if you know the meaning of the verb but you didn't know it was a phrasal verb. Okay, so let's go. Oh, and why 7? I was going to say I'm teaching you 7 phrasal verbs because did you know your short-term memory can only really hold or remember about 7 things at a time? So it's always good to learn in groups of 7. So today we're doing 7 phrasal verbs. Okay, so the first 2 are very similar. We have fight off and shake off. So if I say them together, fight off, and shake off. So remember, in English pronunciation, we always, and this is really useful for phrasal verbs, we often take I might change the pen, hold on. The last sound, if it's a consonant of one word, if the next word starts with a vowel, like O, let me make it bigger. There we go. We join it together, so it almost sounds like one word. Okay, so when the second word is starting with a vowel, fight off. Okay, and then of course it's the same here because we have O, which is a vowel, and the last sound is K, because we don't say shaky. Yeah, shake, the E is not pronounced, so it's shake off. Okay, so fight off and shake off. Now they have a very similar meaning. They both mean to defend yourself, to fight against. And they are often used with disease. So when we fight off a disease, shake off is usually a minor disease. Okay, so nothing very serious. So Saeed, fight off means fight and win. Okay. Good question. Fight off. Can you lose? It's just like fight, so it doesn't say whether you win or lose. Yeah, so it could be both. Let's look at the examples. Staying fit and healthy will help you to fight off diseases, including the coronavirus. So it won't 100% protect you, it will just help you to fight. So the meaning is similar to fight. Her body couldn't fight off the infection. Okay, so in this case, we could use fight, but we often use the phrasal verb fight off. So in the second one, Saeed, your question, it's, losing, because we couldn't fight off the infection. And hi to Abdesek. Sorry about my pronunciation. Okay, shake off. So shake off is the same, but it's not for serious diseases like the coronavirus. I had a hard time shaking off this cold. So a cold is not serious, but we still have to fight it. I could feel myself getting sick, but I managed to shake it off. I could feel myself getting sick, but I managed to shake it off. Okay. Duca, I'm fighting off one now. Yes, I heard you were sick. I hope you are okay. And you managed to fight it off. Alright. Let me see. Next, so there are our first two. 3, 4 are also very similar. Yes, Saeed, fight can be used by itself, but we often say fight off. So 3 and 4, get through and pull through. So fight off and the other ones, fight off and shake off is about the fight. Get through and pull through means to survive. Or endure. Okay, so the world is currently facing an international crisis. It's not easy, but we will get through it. Get through, it means we will endure. We will survive. We will go through go through the crisis and come out okay. The world, yeah? Pull through is very similar. The pandemic will also have catastrophic consequences for the economy. If we manage our expenses wisely, we should pull through. We should survive. The only point that I want to show you is, it. So after get through, we have it. After pull through, there's nothing. So I don't know if you know, but some verbs are transitive, which means they must have a noun after it, an object. And some verbs are intransitive, which means they don't need one. So get through must have an object after it. like it. Get through it. Get through the crisis. Get through the war. And pull through, you don't need anything after it. Okay. Saeed on YouTube has asked, what does pull over mean? And that means to stop your car on the side of the road. Totally different. So yes, there are lots of phrasal verbs with pull. Okay. Number 5. You might know this one, but it's very important right now. So look after means to take care of. Yeah. Or it might mean to watch over, to take care of and to watch over. We need to look after each other during this time because it's very hard for many people. Everyone is affected, some worse than other people. So we really need to look after each other, help each other, care for each other. We should especially look after elderly people. Oh, that's wrong. I've got 2 especiallys. Let me change that. We should especially look after elderly people because they are more vulnerable. They are weaker. So it is more difficult for elderly people to fight off the coronavirus. Yeah, to fight off. Okay, so Valeria on Facebook has asked a really good question. And it's about this it. Yeah? So she wants to know, how do we know which verbs need an object and which verbs don't? I'm sorry, Valeria, there is no rule. You just need to learn. So you would already know verbs which do and don't because you use them a lot, and maybe it sounds strange if let me try and think of an example. Of just a normal verb. I hurt myself. For example, it could be bigger. Oop. I hurt myself. You cannot say I hurt. It's just wrong. I hurt. You must put the object after it. Why? I don't know why. You just have to remember. So some verbs do, some verbs don't. And phrasal verbs are the same. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So when you are learning phrasal verbs, always check in the dictionary or on the internet if it takes an object or not. And then you will know how to use it. Chuka. Okay. Say old and elderly. Elderly is more polite. Okay? And elderly is just for people. But old can be for books and houses. But when you're talking about people, it's more polite to say elderly. You're welcome. Okay, so look after. I think we've got that one. Okay, these ones might be new. So we've got steer clear of and ward off. Let's look at the first example. Practicing social distancing and washing our hands is the best way to steer clear of catching the virus. Steer clear of. Yep. So that means to avoid. Steer is, when you're, driving a car, and when you turn directions, you're steering the car. You're turning the car in a direction. So to steer clear of means you go around, you avoid something. So practicing social distancing and washing our hands is the best way to avoid catching the virus, to steer clear of catching the virus. And ward off, similar, but if you watched my lesson the other day, you might have heard this word, prevent. So avoid and prevent are different. Avoid means that you do something so that it doesn't affect you, and prevent means you stop something. So closing borders, and restricting travel is one of the best ways to ward off the spread of COVID-19. Okay, so to ward off means to stop, to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Okay. So, there are our 7. So I wonder if you can remember all 7. So we have fight off and shake off, which means to fight, but shake off is something easy. Maybe you know the Taylor Swift song. Get through and pull through are the same. It means to endure, but get through, you need it or something. Look after. Steer clear of means avoid, and ward off means prevent. So here is your homework. Okay, so this homework is available on this link. So I'll post the link. In the comments. I don't know if that worked. It's not working. Okay. But if you go to numberoneinstitute.com, you will see the Corona English Challenge on the front page. So it's very easy to find. And then you can watch all the videos and you can see this homework there, as well as the answers. But I will check your answers tomorrow at the same time. And it's annoying this isn't sending. I'll try this one. I'll try to send this link. So on YouTube, so if you're already on YouTube, it's easy. You should be able to find this video, 4 tips to learning phrasal verbs. I've got 2 videos on phrasal verbs, but this one is quite good, and I explain about transitive and separable and inseparable. So Valeria, you might like to watch this one. A nice short video about phrasal verbs if you want to practice. And that's it. You're welcome, Carol. So I hope this lesson was useful for you, and I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We're going to be doing some speaking tips tomorrow, so I hope that's useful for everyone. So how to improve your speaking. If there is a lesson that you would like me to do, please let me know, and please share this video with your friends or in in a group on Facebook, that would really